Hey, welcome to the Thursday edition of Travel Secrets with TV's Dave Galvin. I'm TV's Dave Galvin, and today I'm going to pull the curtain back a little bit because one of our most common questions that I ever get is, how do you actually plan a trip from start to finish? Some people ask it constantly. It's really not that difficult. You just got to put some thought into it. But most people think I'm just picking a destination, booking a flight, finding a hotel. That's what most travelers do. And it's also exactly why so many trips end up kind of stressful and overpriced. So in this episode, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I plan a trip step by step, the same way I do it for real clients. And this is a generic way of explaining it. There are a little bit more specifics depending on the client, whether it's a honeymoon or whether it's just a romantic trip or whether it's just a bucket list kind of thing. But you'll get the idea. Step one, I figure out what the trip is supposed to feel like. This is where most people end up in a mess immediately. They start with a destination instead of starting with a feeling. Some people want relaxation. Some people want adventure. Some people want luxury. Some want, I just need to get away from everything for a week. And boy, I can certainly understand that. The relaxing trip to Cancun is completely different from a cultural trip to Rome or London or Paris. Even, they may cost the same, but it's totally different. So the first thing I figure out is this a relaxing trip? Is this a bucket list trip? Is it a romantic trip? Is this a, I just want some sunshine in January trip? Once you know the feeling, everything kind of gets a little easier. Step two is I match the destination to the traveler. This is where most people who book everything on their own lose their money. Because the best destination isn't the one that looks the coolest on Instagram. It's the one that matches the person taking the trip. Someone who loves beaches is going to love Mexico. Someone who loves history is going to love Italy. Someone who wants luxury without spending a fortune is going to love the Caribbean. So instead of saying, where should I go? The real question needs to be, what kind of traveler are you? Step three, I figure out the budget the smart way. Most people actually do this backwards. They pick a destination and then panic when they see the price. What I try to figure out is, what's the comfortable budget? What's the realistic budget? And what kind of experience is going to fit in that number? Because $3,000 trip done right can feel better than a $7,000 trip done badly. And this is where planning makes the biggest difference. Step four, I pick the right location inside the destination. Here's something most people do not realize. Choosing the country is not the hard part. Choosing the right location inside the country, that's the hard part. For example, Cancun's going to feel a lot different than Mexico City. Rome is going to feel completely different from Florence. It's the same country, totally different experience. And this is where a lot of people accidentally book the wrong trip and they don't even realize it. Step five, I choose the right hotel or resort. This is where most of the trip success is actually going to come from. People think flights matter the most. They don't. The hotel actually matters the most. A great hotel can save a trip. A bad hotel will instantly ruin it. So I look at location, reviews that are actually honest, not fake ones, what kind of traveler the hotel is best for, and whether it actually matches what the client wants. Because not every luxury hotel is actually luxury. There's no standard when it comes to how many stars the place has. They could call yourself a 5-star and be staying at a Motel 6. There's no standard for it. It's just whatever they want to call themselves. So again, not every luxury hotel is actually luxury. All right, step six, I make the trip easier, not just cheaper. Now, this is something people don't think about enough. A good trip is not just about price. It's about how easy everything feels. So this is where I figure things out like airport transfers, flights that don't ruin the first day, locations where you don't need a rental car, resorts where everything are already taken care of, because the easier a trip feels, the more relaxing it is. Step seven, I make sure the trip actually makes sense. Before everything's officially booked, I kind of step back and I ask the question, does this trip actually make sense for this person? Not just financially, but emotionally. Because the goal isn't just to book a trip. The goal is to make sure someone comes back thinking, that was exactly what I needed. So that's the real basic process. It's not complicated, but it's also not completely random. That's the difference between a good trip and a great one. If you like this episode, make sure to follow this podcast. And if you're planning a trip and you need a little help choosing the right destination, the right hotel, and the right time to go, that's exactly what I do. So check out the website down below at timeforyourvacation.com. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week.